Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Pip and welcome to the Learning Gardener. Today we are going to be digging up the potatoes. They really needed to come up maybe like 2 weeks ago, but we've had my niece's birthday party in which I made a Moana Island cake, so that took up most of the weekend, including driving back and forth to Sydney. We've had floods last weekend, so hopefully the potatoes haven't rotted and hopefully we're going to get a great harvest, because prior to the dieback they've been actually looking really healthy and fantastic. As you can see behind me, we are having some problems in the garden. The dahlias have been flooded. Last weekend we had 280 mils of rain fall in a 24-hour period. So the ground is like slush even a week later, and the dahlias, well, they're dying, and it's such a shame because they were so beautiful, the ones that had emerged. All the dahlias that I had ordered from one place had not emerged at all, so that was a bit sad. But we had some really beautiful cafe au lait dahlias emerge, and they were absolutely stunning, and I was looking forward to a beautiful dahlia season, but it's looking like the dahlia season might be a bust. Now before we get going today, I have to apologize for the background noise. There is a lot of building work and mowing happening in the street, and that is because it flooded last week, so nobody's mowed for at least 2 weeks, and tomorrow is going to be so hot that everyone's going to be inside. So everybody's trying to get everything done today, and in terms of the potato harvest, it's today or at least a week from now. So it has to be today. So the potatoes that we planted in here are the Dutch cream potatoes. The potatoes that we planted in the big bed are Nicola potatoes, neither of which I've ever grown before, so it'll be great to see what we get. We will get zero garlic, I am sure, because we also planted garlic in these beds together and they never emerged. Well, there was one little green stick that came up, but that was it. I think because we got a big rain right after we planted them, I think they just rotted out, and it was another year of deeply unsuccessful, very sad attempts at a garlic harvest. Just to give you guys a bit of a timeline, and that little blonde Labrador in the background, that is not a third dog in this family. That is Clancy, my best friend's dog, who is here to play with best friend Ravi Staffy. Just to give you a timeline, so we got the keys to this house, I want to say first week of June, so none of these potatoes probably went in until early July, because we had to clean out the yard, construct the beds and fill them with soil. So it's been a massive effort to get this garden going. So let's just say these potatoes went in around July. It is now the first week of December. Yes, I know I am seriously behind on editing videos, but it has been a crazy couple of months. It really, really has. I'm hoping that this weekend I can finish painting the doors, and then next week the builder's going to come and finish the last of the work, and then we're done. It's done, and we can just enjoy life and live a less hectic life. But for today we're doing potatoes, and then after that I'll probably do some garden cleanup, because all the sunflowers got knocked over in the massive storm last week with all the wind, and they're all pretty cooked anyway. And so I don't want a whole flopped over garden when everybody comes here for Christmas. I don't really know what to do about the dahlias. I think I'm just gonna let them ride and see what happens, and like hope that by some twist of fate, the heat of the last few days and the heat of tomorrow dries out the ground enough that they don't rot completely away. But I don't hold out any hope for the ones that have not come up. But let's get to the potato harvest and see what we've got. It's very exciting. First thing that I'm going to do is just remove all the mulch, and there's already a little potato emerging. So hopefully this thick layer of mulch has actually stopped the potatoes from going green this year. Potatoes are one of my favorite things to dig up in the yard. Not only can I actually eat them, because they did not test positive on my allergy testing like carrots and cabbage did, which is wildly inconvenient, but you never know what you're going to get, so you spend months watching the greenery grow and you look after them, but you've got no idea what's going on below the surface. And so far I'm really happy with this harvest. This is pretty incredible, but the ground is still pretty wet from the rain last week, so it's going to make it a little bit harder than I was hoping for, but oh well. Hey, we've got a worm! That's exciting! I haven't really seen any worms come into these beds. A couple of them have, probably half of them have weed mat underneath them because I ran out of cardboard when I was setting them up. But I was surprised that this veggie compost mix, compost that I bought to fill the beds didn't actually come with any worms at all in it, and I found that a little bit worrying. And it has taken a really long time to be able to see the first worm. This is 6 months in, first worm identified. I am really happy with how many potatoes are just on the surface just as I remove the mulch. I'm a lot less happy about the number of ants' nests with like even little baby larvae that I have discovered. So as much as I want to avoid sprays in this garden, I am spraying them because I don't want to be overrun by ants, even though I know there's no way to win that fight. But I'm going to have to go through the mulch more later because as I'm transferring the mulch out of the wheelbarrow to make more space for the rest of the mulch, I am finding that there are a few potatoes that have been born in the mulch, which is exactly what I was hoping was going to happen, because they say to maximize your harvest you've got to keep mounding the mulch up so that the potatoes are never exposed, and so they've got something to grow into, and if they get exposed to the sunlight then they start to go green and you can't eat them. So far it's looking great and I am stoked. And I'm loving all these like weird shaped ones, or the like proper potatoes with like two little twins on top. It's just amazing. Look at this beautiful huge worm. I'm so excited by the activity that I'm seeing in the garden bed. It's just incredible. We've got all the mulch up. Now let's get the spuds. So I've nearly filled both bowls just with the top layer potatoes. I haven't even really started digging apart from like here where I can see them. So I think I'm going to have to go inside and get some more bowls, which is exciting. Oh, a teeny weeny one. Rotten. Hi, Rush. Careful, puppies. So So while I was washing the potatoes, the puppies run past and they knocked the camera over and they've cracked the lens, and so now I can't zoom in and zoom out, so we are stuck with it as it is, which is very unfortunate because I haven't had the camera for a few weeks. My parents have taken it overseas, which means that there's been less filming around here, but I guess I'll have to make a trip to the shops for the post-Christmas sales. Clancy's been sent home, so the chaos has settled down a little bit. But now we're going to try and dig up these potatoes and see what we find. You gonna help me, Rappy? I think I just stabbed another one. Oh, we found one, Rav. Look, what's this? Ooh. Ravi, fine potato? Hmm? It seems like there's not actually that many potatoes all that deep. They're kind of maybe midway depth-wise into this 35 centimeter deep Birdie's raised garden bed. And it seems like a lot of them we've already got. A lot of them were on the top. So I'm really glad I put down those extra layers of mulch so that those potatoes didn't go green. But we've still got 3/4 of a bed to dig up. I'm going to keep going. I don't know if I'm going to do the Dutch cream potatoes today. It's taking a lot longer than I anticipated, and I've got some things that have to be done today. And now that the camera's broken, it makes it a little bit harder to film the process because I can't zoom in, zoom out. But overall, it's been pretty satisfying. What have we got? What have we got? Oh, potatoes! Once we were all done with this harvest, I washed the potatoes up and took them inside and weighed them. And there were 17.6 kilograms of potatoes, which totally blew my mind. To get pounds, you just multiply 17.6 by 2.2. So even if you just multiply it by 2, it's well over 30 pounds of potatoes. So I was super proud and super stoked. And that is after I removed all the dead ones. I am so happy with this harvest. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.